Hey, what's up? Today is a planning day. I did a lot of plans and less development, but let me show you anyway. So I spent most of my day in in here in this chat. See, it's quite large. So I discovered that Unity CLI can control Unity in better way. And I was working with Gaia. So my first attempt was me doing the some tutorial, and it wasn't very good. Then I spoke more with it. I told it that I want a more complex map, and it gave me this design. And I kind of iterated with it, and I wanted it to be able to create a map for me. Why? Because I'm stuck with creating maps. Even if I'm able to use the sculpting tools of Unity, it's still not my thing. I was still wasn't being able to do it. Here I use some resources, but you see this is quite flat map. Here is 2 by 2 kilometers, and each one of those is the towers that you see here. It's one of those, actually no, one of those distant towers. I want that when you fight with humans versus titans, they will be able to capture towers. But this map is a joke. This is a disaster, and it took Codex about half hour to build this, and it was so proud in itself that it was able to position all of those items. Then I told it, well, let's use your image skill and create an image, and based on that image, build a map. And give me that image, which is a copy of the unsuccessful attempt in the game. But you know, this one looks good. The question is, will it be able to implement it in Codex? Well, let me show you. It's made. Oh yeah, I didn't like that image. I told it to fix it, so it made that kind of river with towers. That if it can bring that to the game, this is amazing, right? This is exactly what I want. Um, is it doable? So is this is the question. But literally, if you ask me how I want the game to look like, this is how. And this is the implementation. Oh my god. So you converted the image to that, and it took another 40 minutes or 1 hour, something like that. Crazy. Yeah. But I kept going with it, and I got this uh, disaster. And in this image, it worked it worked a lot on this river. I'm not able to zoom it here, just an image. But in the game, if you zoom in, there are actually no gaps. The water looks good. And it really thought that they did a good job. Oh my God. But then, I spoiler it a little bit. But then I came to a brilliant idea. I told it, make an image and then make a heat map of that image. And that brought me a huge unblock. It was able to do it the proper way. It was able to create something truly beautiful. I told it, never mind the trees, never mind anything. I just want the first layer of terrains and bring that to life. So it started to have really good iterations. Then there were some imperfections that needed some smoothing and too much blur that required more details. But the result was really good. It started to be nice. Then the river, it ended up not so useful for me, so I switched to an island, very similar to what we have now. Made a few more iterations on that with this idea, and yeah, and here, let me show you how it looks. And then this is the final version. I don't know how to mute. Can I mute it actually? Unity? Mute it? Yeah, perfect. This is just the Unity demo character. It's not how the game will look like. And I'm going to use our web engine. I'm not going to use Unity, but this is Unity, right? It looks nice. It looks good. It looks really fine. I will be adding grass and all the objects, but look at the distance. I think it looks good. I think in terms of terrain, in terms of hills, in terms of the world, it looks pretty decent. I will be able to add a lot of elements here to really shape and build this map. So I think it's going to be nice. With Gaia, the current maps that we have in production, well, my test server, it's not as nice. I don't know. I feel like this workflow, it really makes something different. It gives me unlimited power to build whatever world I want. And at the moment, I'm just doing here the terrains and biomes, but it can also be a place where I decide, let's plant the trees in the same way they're planted on the map. I mean, there is a room for me to expand this research to make Codex even more autonomous in doing the design job for me because I'm an engineer and I suck with design. So yeah, and then I paused on the world and I decided that I want to progress with the actual game logic. So I want to build some objects. I think that on the next several days, I probably will be iterating over Unity, and I want to get to the place. Ah, by the way, I can also show it to you. It's I guess like in a regular Unity view. See it? Yeah, check this out. This is what it ended up doing. This is a 2x2 island. Yeah, this is just to see the scale. This is the unit that we played with. There it is. And so it's a pretty big world. It looks oh, I'm so terrible in just moving. Uh, moving around. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good world, and it's very resembling the input image. So I think it's good. Um, yeah. So I'll be iterating on Unity for a while. I also fixed the game a bit. So Bram Iron Root got his head detached from his chest. Finally, now it looks more like a head. And the two girls looks fine. I haven't fixed that dude yet. Will do. This is my new favorite character now. So I was starting to tell you that I'm now planning to invest in the game logic, and the first things that I want to do is why it's always like when I'm entering the game. Anyway, I want to invest in crafting, so I started to talk with ChatGPT about crafts. We have here the menu, but I didn't really thought about those items. When I built this, it was just to make the loots to work, and it's not even 3D. It's just images. When I defeat a mob, when it drops items, at the moment it's just regular images. At the time, I had terrible performance issue. Now you see it's the FPS is were settled, and the server now it's amazing. But at the time, this is what I did. Also, this is why I can just walk through the objects. Another silly optimization. But I do want to make all those trees to be choppable. I want to be able to craft all the weapons. And I'm thinking about weapons, not like the crafting itself. I won't be able to create a bazillion animations. I only hit it once and I nailed it. Huh, nice. I will not show how. Okay, I want to start a fire, and from the fire, I want to create different metals and create different weapons from it. So I'm not going to show how it starts a fire. I'm not going to show how it skin animals or how it using knife to sharpen the handle. I do want to get into all those details. I want to have a very rich process of making and crafting all the items, but I just don't have the animations for it. So I don't know how to solve it. I'm thinking about literally show the and show it dancing, show how um dance animation and make some silly comment about it to say that I'm crafting now. But will be the thing. I won't be able to do all of those animations. I will have to improvise and do shortcuts. This is the direction where I'm going. And even in Mixamo, I was looking for gathering animations or looking for different animations that working with objects. They actually have very poor collection of those, and I wasn't been able to find much. So I will have to settle on something. And whenever you're combining one items with another item, or you click an item, and I'm thinking to show different options, you can peel a wood, you can I don't remember, but you can do different treatments on the woods to turn it into different purposes. Like be an axe handle or be a wood that will turn into coal. So we can later use that. I don't remember all the crafts. I yet another thing to learn for me how to make ancient weapons, right? In that world. But there are many things you can do with the wood. So I'm thinking to leverage all of those and build a rich crafting system that will allow us to do all of those items. And I started to have the conversation, but it wasn't um, very successful one. Kind of ran into a wall. I was doing a lot of tasks and pretty much just to yeah ask it what we can collect in terms of items. I came to some nice logic how I want static items to behave because if we have thousands or maybe hundreds of trees and collectibles, I cannot go inside it over the player in every thing. So there will be some um, cached map of those objects, and we will only send the objects that are changing, where people are harvesting something or chopping a tree. Then only those updates will be sent to the player, so it will be able to render it in a smart way without killing the networking. I didn't took anything from it. It was all ideations, and I'm still stuck. I don't I don't know. I'm kind of settled on receipts and items. And look, I'm scrolling forever and I only got to the half of it. Yeah, this thread is long. Um, but yeah, this is what I got for you today. I will continue working on planning and crafting and switching to Unity for a while now until until the game logic will progress a bit, and then we will transition from existing world to the new world that I will be creating. And yeah, it could potentially be very fun transition. It could be very fun direction. I just need help with ideation. Yeah. Comment on the video. Tell me what you want it to be, where you want it to go. And I also wanted to tell you about the new YouTube tools that I created for uploading the videos. It didn't work very well yesterday. Hopefully today the recording will be of a higher voice quality. I played with those things a little bit. Well, if you comment, I will know about this. Hint, hint. See you tomorrow.